Why is every hostile NPC like this? More assassins? Are you kidding me? And here I thought you were actually worried about Bailu. So you could say they were roommates. What's up, doggos? Welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail playthrough reaction, which happens right after the completion of the Trailblaze mission, which was rather short and has a lot of people online pretty unsatisfied. But anyways, that's not what we're talking about today, because good old Danny Dan Dan, that's the last time I'll ever call him that, don't worry, we're going to do his companion mission. I'm curious as to if people have Imbibitor Lunae and you only get like the additional text messages after you get the character. I'm guessing that it's not going to be Imbibitor Lunae texting you, it's just going to be more text from Dan Heng. That's what I'm thinking, right? Because they're the same person. Why would you have an alt account? Stelle, are you busy these days? I would like to ask you to accompany me on a certain task. Want me as your bodyguard? You jest. I want to meet a current High Elder of the Law Fu, Vidyadhara. I want to ask some bygone matters so that I'll better understand what I can still do to make amends for my past life. I'll see this through. Well, the current Vidyadhara that's in succession is Bailu, who there's still a chance that Bailu is Baiheng. I'm just saying. I got that theory from Ashikai when I watched her video. I'm not ruling that possibility out. Thank you. Let us meet at Sinwood Pavilion in Exalting Sanctum. The dragon returns home. Ooh. Yes! The moment I saw that music disc and this was the companion mission for Lunae, oh, thank God. I've been waiting for them to put that into the coach music. The dragon returns home. Meet up with Dan Heng at Sinwood Pavilion. The wanderer, once meant to be permanently exiled, has returned to the Law Fu. Dan Heng, determined to face his past, has invited you to join him in meeting the High Elder of the Vidyadhara. You never expected Cold Dragon Young to talk so much about his own affairs, so this might be a rare chance. And he's in his
I have delivered the missive about the meeting. Do you have any questions, Master Dan Heng?
Looking nice.
I know all that I wish to know. Thank you, Miss Huanxi.
You need not address me as Miss. I am but one of Miss Bailu's maids. Then again, if I may be so bold as to make a humble request.
Make sure she doesn't escape again.
Oh, who might this be?
Oh, his bodyguard. Just imagine I'm a street lamp. I'm barely even here. Oh God, I hate what that's reminding me of. Street lamp.
Sorry, but Xianzhou's street lamps aren't in the habit of eavesdropping on conversations.
Well, I'm a sentient street lamp.
I'm afraid this doesn't involve you. Please take your leave.
Well, damn, ma'am. Am I not the one who saved the whole ship?
She is a close friend. I've invited her along to bear witness. Please, treat her as you would me. What was your request?
Then I hope you don't plan on meeting with Miss Bailu.
What? Why? The High Elder's maid turning away guests without the Master's knowledge?
Bailu is simple and innocent, incapable of ill intent. It's natural for a servant to care for her master and share in her worries.
Yeah, and Dan Heng also wants to learn about his past, so he can make amends.
Perhaps you should know that Miss Bailu's path to becoming a High Elder was neither in compliance with proper protocol, nor of her own volition. Everything was a result of the stubbornness of her predecessor, Dan Feng. His hubris and tyranny brought about the end of the Law Fu's High Elder succession. The preceptors heard of Master Dan Heng's return, and were uncertain whether it constituted good or ill fortune. However, many have surmised that the Law Fu's High Elder succession tradition will soon be back in force. If true, that is indeed something we're celebrating.
Yeah, those are the people who banished him.
Whether we
isn't it?
find another suitable candidate in accordance with the laws of our people, or have you take up the position anew, everything can still be mended. But if Master Dan Heng were to hand everything over to Miss Bailu, it could lead to great upheavals on the horizon. No good would come of it for her.
You're saying you don't want Miss Bailu to be the High Elder? Another suitable candidate. Who does the Vidyadhara hope for?
Such a major matter as this is naturally up to the Preceptor Elders. I couldn't possibly say.
I don't think she even wants to be the High Elder.
I've been a maid here for 12 years now, and was with my mistress every day as she studied medicine and received tutelage. I've witnessed her countless escapes.
From the Alchemy Commission.
And the inevitable, unwilling returns.
Yep, I was there for one of
As
them.
far as a Xianzhou is concerned, children like her enjoy a charmed and happy childhood. But as a High Elder in nothing but name alone, Miss Bailu is highly restricted in her actions and has no freedom or say about her own life. I can't bear it. Your Highness, please think about this poor child.
Shouldn't you ask Bailu herself about this?
Miss Bailu is young, naive, and easily manipulated by others. I worry that under the pressure of others, she would be convinced into taking up too great a burden.
I understand your concern. I have nothing more to say on the matter at present.
Then I will bid my farewell. Master Dan Heng, whether you choose to meet Miss Bailu or go with me to see the Preceptor Elders, I will be waiting for you by the ferry leading to Scale Gorge Waterscape.
I haven't even set eyes on Bailu, and people are already urging me not to meet her.
I mean, they have the right to be concerned. Finally, we can learn about Dan Heng's past. Should I keep this a secret from the others?
No need. March will find out sooner or later. You know that I'm a descendant of the lawful Vidyadhara. In Scale Gorge Waterscape, you witnessed my secret
Yes,
strength,
your
as
Super
March
Saiyan
will call it.
transformation.
Yet that power stems from Dan Feng, my previous incarnation. He altered the process of High Elder succession, plunging everything into catastrophe. Ultimately, he suffered the punishment of molting rebirth. Based on the physiological principles of Vidyadhara reincarnation, I ought to have been an entirely new entity. And, in view of the law, all crimes from my previous incarnation should have been wiped clean.
Except...
But in reality, I was locked up in the shackling prison at birth. Even after I was released and left the Xianzhou, my High Elder past and Dan Feng's enemies pursued me
Blades.
like a haunting shadow.
Hey, thanks to
I plan
Jing
to face that shadow. In order to make amends, I want to repair the Ambrosial Arbor's seal and visit the High Elder to see what more I can do.
Dragon returns home.
Clean to your...
The rumors are true. You really are back. I'm Lu Ying of the Alchemy Commission.
Oh,
I'm a Vidyadhara too, as you can see. I'd heard the reincarnation of the Great Sinner has returned to the Lafu and wanted to offer some advice.
Oh?
Leave this troubled place immediately.
oh, looks like the Vidyadharas aren't big fans of yours.
I'm not surprised in the slightest. What does the Alchemy Commission want then?
Return to being a nameless. Stay out of the High Elder succession.
Yeah, they don't approve of this candidate.
The lawful Vidyadhara have finally recovered from Dan Feng's grievous sins, and were blessed with a compassionate and caring High Elder in Bailu. None of this was easy. Your return has stirred up resentment and ambition among the preceptors, and threatens our situation.
Hey, he also saved, like, the whole ship, by the way. Do y'all need a reminder?
I have no intention of threatening Bailu's position.
You may have a clear conscience, but even so, as long as you remain on the Lafu, invisible forces will try to coerce you. Leave now. It is the best outcome for everyone involved.
That's not for you to say.
Do not repeat the mistakes of a past life in this one. Farewell.
See you too. Depart. Oh, Jing Yuan?
Hello. What brings you two here? The wind and waves are restless around lunar-rescent depths today.
Okay, I was waiting for him to say the second sentence, but alright.
Even you came to dissuade me from visiting the High Elder, General?
This encounter was not of my making. I've been recuperating in the Alchemy Commission under the Dragon Lady's care. Our paths have merely crossed.
A coincidence.
But your question would suggest that there are others interested in dissuading you from such a venture.
Pretty much like half of the Vidyadhara. Yes, many, each with their own agenda in mind.
Matters that concern the rise and fall of the Vidyadhara will inevitably attract certain parties. Those that would work circumstances to their advantage. Be it Dan Feng, the Preceptors, or the Alchemy Commission that trained the Dragon Lady. Why don't I help you to fathom their intent then?
The Vidyadhara elders want to choose a new High Elder.
The power struggle between the Preceptors and their High Elder is a tale as old as time. And someone as powerful as Don Feng, who was completely beyond their control, was enough for them to harbor a hidden rage. The Elders used to have a small say in appointing the new High Elder. Who could have imagined that Don Feng would pick his own successor? And yet, that is precisely what happened, and all they could do was accept the result. Now that Don Hong has arrived, the Elders see yet another chance. How could they let it go?
Pretty bold of them.
Preceptors have been suppressed for some time now. They will inevitably try to overturn the situation.
I wonder just how long has this tradition been paused because of Dan Feng's mess. The Alchemy Commission hopes that Bailu can stay as the High Elder.
These people speak of legitimacy. They believe that Bailu was chosen as heir apparent by the previous High Elder, and that unless she were to commit a terrible sin, the Preceptors should have no right whatsoever to choose again.
It's only because, she's available that they're like, oh, yep, she's definitely qualified.
The
She's
healer
just a
lady
kid.
has draconic features and scarcely believable therapeutic abilities. Some regard this as evidence that she is the High Elder. But the Preceptors are fixated on strength and are unwilling to accept her.
They're pretty much the same. Half of the people want Dan Heng back as the High Elder, the other half don't. Bailu, half of them accept her, half of them don't. That's gonna be hard to satisfy.
Those longing to keep the traditional bequeathal of the High Elder feel increasingly uneasy.
Very conservative of them.
After Don Feng's abdication, they fought against the Preceptors and saved Bailu's dignity. They demonstrated a true devotion. These folks aren't the type to just let it go.
General, what do you think about this?
It is an internal affair of the Vidyadharas. As long as it does not disturb the peace aboard the Luofu, it does not involve the General of the Cloudlands.
I mean, hell, their race is I'd say is a pretty scarce one. Although they did come from another planet, which I'm guessing that back on their home planet, there's probably even more Vidyadharas. I remember it's pretty complicated for one to be born.
As a friend, let me remind you of one thing. So long as Don Hong and Bailu, with their respective High Elder powers and titles, both remain on the Luofu, the Vidyadhara will never cease their internal strife. This is not to say that either of you are to blame. You are headed to repair the Arbor's seal at Scale Gorge Waterscape and visit the High Elder, no? Farewell for now. I should start taking this business of rest and recuperation a little more seriously.
Yes, just don't worry Fu Shen anymore. Oh, right, you again.
Master Dan Heng, you're back. Have you made your decision? Will you come with me to meet with the elders first? Or are you set on seeing Miss Bailu?
Miss Bailu is already waiting at Scale Gorge Waterscape.
So Bailu it is. Huh?
Your stubbornness is redolent of your previous incarnation.
Sorry, but you're not going anywhere.
Who are you people?
A criminal who destroyed our succession is unworthy of setting foot in the sacred places of the Vidyadhara.
He's trying to right his wrongs, buddy. Give it a break.
Master, he is no longer the criminal he once was.
Not everyone can accept that so quickly, I'm guessing.
Empty rhetoric. There are ways of unearthing his true identity.
Whoa. Y'all really wanna go? Why is every hostile NPC like this? Do you not see he has a water dragon? Really?
And even his reincarnation should answer for the monstrous crimes of the past. The Vidyadhara will never accept him.
Do you want him to do the 1,000-year pain? Do you really want it? Are you serious?
Die, Don Feng.
Alright, sure.
Heaven search. The times are
You
changed.
say Don Feng was merely your previous incarnation. How then do you still possess the power of the High Elder?
Well, that's what he's trying to find out, ain't it? Look,
As I expected, Don Feng, you have returned.
Thank you for rescuing me, Master Dan Heng.
They came for me. I'm sorry you got dragged into it.
they sent assassins.
Please alight, Your Highness. Miss Bailu awaits you at Dragon Vista Rain Hall.
Let's
It
go.
could be dangerous ahead. We should proceed carefully.
So how is it still that they still have the Mara struck soldiers? Oh, Alright, I guess I will. Actually, it'd be funny if I have both. Can I have both of them?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ain't that a bit trippy, huh? Mom, I want Imbibitor Lune. Imbibitor Lune at home. Oh.
So slow. I've been waiting for you here for ages.
Bailu. We met an assassin on the way over here.
An assassin? Are you okay? Are you injured?
Fortunately, the skills of
No.
Master Dan Heng and his friends were too much for them. There are those that wish to assassinate Master Dan Heng.
He practically, like...
Presumably to preserve your legitimacy as High Elder.
I don't care about my legitimacy. Why do they? I told you, whoever wants to be the High Elder is welcome. I never wanted the title.
I am Dan Heng. It is an honor to meet you, Miss Bailu.
Her horns are so
You're
cute
Dan
compared to
Heng?
his.
I heard about how you parted the ancient sea and Scale Gorge
small.
waterscape. These assassins have got their work cut out for them.
Miss Bailu, please don't say things like that.
Let me take a look at you. Dragon horns. Well, they say you're Dan Feng's reincarnation. Suppose it must be true then. But you're different from me. Where's your tail?
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Grow a tail, Dan Heng.
If I let you be High Elder, will you grow a tail?
About the High Elder succession.
His long hair can act as
I
his
have
tail,
no
I guess.
intention of getting entangled in that. I'm here to repair the Ambrosial Arbor seal. This is the duty of the lawful Vidyadhara.
Oh, really? Then why'd you come to CB? All I've learned since my hatching rebirth are some medical skills at the Alchemy Commission. I can't repair seals or part the sea like you can.
I should take this opportunity to talk with you about the past, Miss Bailu. I've heard about your situation. And while I can't guarantee a solution, I will do my best to improve things for you.
Interesting. You're not like other grown-ups. You say what you think, and you seem trustworthy. So, you want me to go with you to Scale Gorge Waterscape?
Precisely.
Let's go then.
Miss Bailu,
Huanxi, please wait here for me. I'll come back as soon as I can.
That's fine.
I've got these two to look after me.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
We'll protect the little dragon. The group walks to an empty ruins of the... I cannot read that fast, game. Both Genshin and Starro needs to learn that.
What a magnificent sight. Is that the Ambrosial Arbor?
Yep, in the shape of a dragon.
Yes. Forming a seal and using their power to curb the spread of the Arbor's roots is an important task entrusted to the Luofu's High Elder.
News to me. The elders must be well aware that I'm not qualified for this position. Which begs the question. Why did Dan Feng choose me all those years ago?
So, if you guys don't know the theory I mentioned at the very beginning, where, like, Bailu might be Baiheng. Okay, first of all, Dan Feng tried to make Blade immortal by, I think, giving him the fluid from the Vidyadhara eggs. But he might have also tried to save Baiheng as well, which I think caused one or some of the eggs to, like, not enter, like, the hatching cycle, which basically cost it a life. From the video I watched, they said like Dan Feng stuffed Baiheng into one of the eggs, which turned her from a Foxy into a Vidyadhara. Because one of the strange things is that in like Bailu's story, Jing Yuan visits her an awful lot, just like not even for medication, for chats and stuff. He brings like sweets and stuff, and as if he knows what Bailu would like, even though they're not that close, right? It's just doctor and patient. Unless he knew what happened to Baiheng / Bailu. I'm just gonna keep that theory in mind for now.
That's exactly what I've come to Scale Gorge Waterscape to find out. Among the Vidyadhara, the High Elder is the existence closest to the permanence.
A part of Long is
According to historical
basically
records, the High Elder
inside
succession
them.
involves a secret ritual known as the Transmutation Arcanum, as well as a treasure known as Dragonheart. Once succession is complete, the former High Elder undergoes a hatching rebirth, while the new High Elder begins to display draconic features. However, Dan Feng's ritual failed, and his powers remained within me. Yet for some reason, it also created you.
there should have only been one.
So, in medical terms, he messed up the prescription. And brought suffering down on himself and just about everyone else in the process.
TLDR, yeah.
I want to use this opportunity to repair the ambrosial arbor seal and see if I can help recall our memories. Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague, water of the ancient sea. Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots.
The ball, the orb.
Strange. This is different from the breaking of the seal. Why is there no reaction?
What's wrong? Not going to plan, huh?
Shun the tree's growth, the residual plague.
Hands are so small.
Shun the tree's growth.
Both of them.
Residual plague.
Both of them needs to do it.
Water of the ancient sea.
Upon the High Elder's command, subdue the eternal roots.
This feeling.
That's it. You did it. And this alone should prove to everyone that you are the true High Elder. When the seal was reestablished, did you recall anything?
It was like a tide surging through my mind. I became really, really huge, and the whole of Scale Gorge waterscape was responding to my voice, resonating with me.
Yeah?
That's fun! Danheng, teach me another trick. Let's see if I can remember anything else.
Yeah, oh well.
Wait, can you feel it? There's someone coming.
What? More assassins? Are you kidding me?
You! Who are you? Protect Bailu!
Hey! I'm doing the protecting here. Nobody's getting hurt with me around.
My guy, how much speed do I have? Oh! This is so weird. There's two of you on the party. It's just one slightly harder than the other one.
Heaven surge!
Heaven surge!
How did they manage to appear right next to us without a sound?
They may have used a cloud hymn to create mist and provide a smoke screen.
Or
I'm afraid this
teleportation.
ambush was probably lying in wait for us.
Saying a lot of people do not want this
Seems like some
succession to
people
go
had
through.
enough of my presence.
Was the assassin sent by the Preceptors?
If I'm their target, why would they come after Bailu? We don't know how many there are. Let's get out of here.
Oh.
This power, it rivals the tidal forces in Scale Gorge waterscape. Is that you, Danfeng? Have you returned?
I'm afraid you have the wrong person. These floating shadows are called Mirage echoes. They are memories of past lives and echoes from the past that the Vidyadhara shed during their rebirth.
The books say that these mirages only speak to people they can recognize. And the water on their bodies can be used as medicine.
There's no mistake. This old man would recognize your voice anywhere. Have you come to this sacred place to repent? The proud son of the Vidyadhara, hero of the High Cloud Quintet. You fought with us your whole life. How far you have fallen. You availed yourself of the transmutation arcanum to summon that draconic abomination, and almost laid waste to Scale Gorge waterscape in the process. If your allies hadn't united to slay it, then the abomination would have destroyed the ambrosial arbor seal. Tell me, did it sadden you to watch the abomination perish? As the High Elder, you should have freed us from the plight of rebirth and set foot on a brand new path. But instead, you were seduced by your reputation and abandoned yourself. You counted CFJO natives and even short-life species among your friends.
Well, I gotta say, that sounds awfully selfish. Why can't he decide who to save? Yeah, okay, so that must be talking about Ying Xing and Baiheng, maybe.
The upcoming trial is your final chance. Hand over the secrets of the transmutation arcanum now, and the Preceptors can help you keep your secrets. Our laws could have seen you executed. Pity that the High Elder succession could not be allowed to die with you. Kailorum Venti of the Yaoqing put forward a strong case for you, and the Ten Lords Commission spared you from capital punishment.
Venti?
But the punishment of molting rebirth could not be avoided.
Elder, look around you. You've long since reincarnated. What remains here are just the mirages of the waters of the ancient sea.
Impossible. I still live.
Do you see
the High Elder succession will not be severed in this generation.
Your body is just now a floating PNG.
I don't like this Mirage Echo. He thought that the Vidyadhara was superior to other races, and that he was superior to other Vidyadhara. As if the Vidyadhara would never progress without their plans.
What an ego.
These Mirage Echoes, on the other hand, are vestiges of the past. If we can center and transmit the echoes, we should be able to detect any assassins hidden beneath the surface of the water. Let's look for Mirage Echoes and send out pulses. Move carefully.
Is that what that is? It's like the D-Ting thing.
Water keeps the cloud song.
Another invisible assassin?
Water keeps the cloud song. World cleansing dragon.
His ult has got to be the most badass one, like, to date. You know what's funny? The style is awfully similar to Blade's. What's funnier is that I'm pretty sure somewhere in like the thing it mentions that Danfeng and Yingxing did this kind of thing where they drank wine in cups under the moonlight, which is supposed to signify marriage. Hey yo! Traditionally, so you could say they were roommates. A woman?
Miss Bailu, you fled the Alchemy Commission yet again.
Oh.
How many times have I told you? Our rules state that...
Sorry. I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
Oh.
Wait. I remember that voice. That's the old chief alchemist.
Right.
So she's been reborn?
Reborn? More excuses. Who brought you out this time? Is that Master Danfeng?
You've got the wrong person.
I don't think so. The appearance of the Law Fu's High Elders have been similar through the ages. But there's no mistaking Master Danfeng.
We should just stop trying to lie, because they always see through us.
Return to the Forbidden Residence. I must speak with Master Danfeng.
Oh, okay.
It's just a Mirage, Bailu.
Wait, no!
Exactly.
You're just a Mirage Echo. I got tricked again.
Master Danfeng, I finally understand your plan. That little girl is the key to the Transmutation Arcanum. This is a breakthrough for my research.
Oh? Your research? The key?
The Vidyadhara performs self-reincarnation.
Yeah.
But we are unable to reproduce.
Right.
Natural and artificial disasters inevitably reduce our population.
It's like if their death occurs accidentally, no rebirth for you, no second life, no restart.
If this continues, one day our noble draconic bloodline will perish, and the fated decree of the permanence will be violated. For this very reason, I have spent my entire life researching ways to free the Vidyadhara from the cycle of reincarnation.
So at least you can reproduce?
I have been without success for a long, long time, thinking that this reincarnation had been naught but a waste. But now, you have enlightened me.
Danfeng. What did he do?
Master Danfeng, your changes to the Transmutation Arcanum created a draconic abomination that wreaked great destruction.
That's not the water dragon, is it?
But it also created a new life.
Is that Bailu?
This is the hope that will one day allow the Vidyadhara to reproduce. My understanding of reproduction was limited by ordinary notions. How constrained I was. Why should Vidyadhara reproduction remain trapped within the confines of our race? To unearth the potential might of Long's blood and incorporate other races into the flesh of the dragon. Isn't that the real meaning behind the Transmutation Arcanum?
So we're merging different races? Different species?
The Receptors are too narrow-minded to see your talent. They want to install another High Elder. Foolish.
The Transmutation Arcanum seems to contain a secret that allows the Vidyadhara to escape the cycle of reincarnation and return to normal reproduction. But the mechanism eludes me. Let's go. Awaken, dormant world-cleansing dragon!
Bloom.
Better late than
Repent.
never.
Break.
Another echo.
Miss Bailu, what are you doing in my pharmacy?
Twisted voice?
Don't tell me you've already heard about Sanctus Medicus. Have you come here to condemn me?
Oh.
Seems like none of the Mirage echoes realize that you've already been reborn.
They're mere fragments stripped from the lives of the Vidyadhara.
I have never believed in the High.
Okay.
You are unworthy of the condemnation you spout. Especially you, Miss Bailu. You simply do not have the power of the High Elder, the power to summon the forces of nature. Why should I believe you are superior in any way to Master Don Feng? The preceptors, our people, they think the High Elder is the Vidyadhara's only savior. Arrogant, illogical. Have you seen what merciful medicus can do?
Give people immortality.
The Vidyadhara already have immortal bodies. What they should pray for is the ability to reproduce like the Xianzhou natives.
That's what the transmutation arcanum is doing, though. Both the medicus and that researcher before, they're all trying to do the same thing, but with different means.
Never knew the Vidyadhara had believers in the Plagues Author among their ranks.
Well, the entire alchemy commission practically was. Who's this?
It's you, Master Don Feng. Why did you disgrace yourself?
This is the same voice from his animated shorts.
You were my hero. I dreamed of being just like you. Of joining the Cloud Knights. But you betrayed the hopes and dreams of the Elders.
This Mirage Echo, he must be a Cloud Knight who fought alongside Don Feng all those years ago.
How many of us perished in that disaster and could not be reincarnated? And my leg was torn off by that abomination. Oh, the pain. The doctors at the Alchemy Commission said I have to reincarnate as soon as possible to avoid affecting my immortal life. But my poor comrades have no chance of returning to the ancient sea. You once told us that we should cherish every life cycle, and that you would use cloudy magic to heal our wounds. But in the end, all you did was betray us. I will never forgive you. The High Elder's power belongs to the Vidyadhara of the lawful.
Things come at a cost.
Unworthy. Vidyadhara must not sever the High Elder succession tradition just because of you. Hand it over.
Don Heng, is this the price we pay for bearing the power of the High Elder? Carrying the weight of all these expectations. All this hatred.
Before any of this transpires, you have enough time to prepare.
Bailu. Do we really want to subject her to that?
Miss Bailu, are you okay?
Timid voice.
I was so worried.
Yuan Li! Is that you? I thought something must have happened to you.
It's me, Miss Bailu. I'm so sorry that I can't be your maid anymore. But I heard that a smart and talented replacement would be coming soon.
Is the new maid named Huanxi?
Yes. I suppose you must have met her already. I hope she is more competent than I was.
Kind of.
The preceptors are very fearful of you, Miss Bailu. They asked every maid to record your dreams and daily activities. And I did so at first.
But she doesn't have dreams.
After a while, I felt that the preceptors were asking this not out of concern for you, but for some malevolent purpose.
She sounds like she
So
really cares.
I stopped.
Yuan Li, don't worry. I never told anyone about my dreams.
Because you don't have those dreams.
Good. Then I needn't
have
worry. They'll be assigning me to a different job soon. I hope we have another chance to see each other one day.
But you've already gone.
Yes. So long.
She's already been reborn.
Yes, let's keep going.
Oh, shit.
Receive divinity.
Alright, what's on the top of the steps? Oh, Huanxi.
Miss Bailu, are you okay? You were in there for such a long time.
Luckily, I had Don Heng and her to protect me all the way. If anyone's owed a thanks, it's them.
It's a good thing we managed to escape.
I didn't expect those assassins to be so brazen and reckless. storming a sacred place like Scale Gorge Waterscape and pursuing you? Rest assured, Miss Bailu, I'll report them to the elders and round them all up. Fortunately, the three of you were blessed by the gods. If anything had happened to you,
Well,
it would have been a dereliction of duty on my part.
None of us mentioned that the danger involved assassins. How did you know that?
oh hell no. Oh hell no. Huanxi, really?
Oh, it's because we were already attacked at the ferry, no? I was just worried that those people would try and attack you again.
You said those assassins only came from Mr. Dan Heng, but the ones we met in the ruins were coming from me instead.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Perhaps the real dereliction of duty was that not enough happened to you.
Really?
So, did the elders send you to take out the unworthy High Elder?
Wow.
That was my idea alone. How could the Preceptors have come up with that?
And here I thought you were actually worried about Bailu. Wow.
From my perspective, the Vidyadhara requires only one High Elder. A second High Elder, one who is weak and useless, must be removed.
Seriously? Why is it Dan Shu and then all the... every time?
Miss Bailu, our relationship as mistress and maid ends here. Farewell.
Are you see, the Mirage below there was even better than you. Oh, I swear to God.
The strength, heaven surge.
Oh, we got trial.
Break.
Oh, Trailblazer finally took out her lance. Thank God.
Am I too
Oh!
late?
General!
Time for the
Did you bring
master stroke.
reinforcements?
Reinforcements? I am the reinforcements.
Bro really said, "No, I'm not in danger, Bailu. I am the danger. I am the one who lightning squashes." That was one hell of a line. Convenient timing, Jing Yuan is convenient. I'm still so sad that Huanxi is a traitor. Like, oh god. I guess it just shows that they can be very deceptive. I actually believe.
The strength.
I actually thought she had good intentions. I'm so done.
Heaven surge. Rise. Awaken the blood cleansing dragon.
What? Ah! Show no mercy.
Show no mercy.
I am the reinforcements.
Rise.
Yoink.
Get pulverized.
A pity. So close.
Did the Preceptors truly believe that nobody knew of their scheme? They should return to their senses. Attacking the Dragon Lady only destroys what little prestige
Do you have
they have remaining.
no shame?
The whole thing was planned by me and me alone. Beware of false charges, General.
Even now, you're still trying to Huanxi. Just God,
Save
please.
your breath. We all know the truth once the Cloud Knights send
Yeah.
you to the Ten Lords Commission.
Save it for the shackling prison.
Too late, Jing Yuan. I go no further.
Is she about to kill herself? Once she exhales her last breath and she died. She dead.
I always felt useless in the eyes of the elders. A false dragon who failed to inherit the power of the High Elder.
Even someone so close to you, your maid. I feel so bad for her.
Today I realized they'll use any means of removing me.
Not all of the Vidyadhara harbor evil intentions. If you feel uneasy, Dragon Lady, the Seat of Divine Foresight can arrange for you to stay elsewhere.
Yeah.
Thank you, General. I'd like to talk more with Dan Heng first.
It's best just not to come back here.
The Vidyadhara have neither parents nor family members. Once born, the teacher is assigned to instruct the young Vidyadhara in the art of cloud hymn, as well as various life skills.
Those were like the murals we saw around this area.
Dan Heng, did you have a teacher like that?
If you're asking about Vidyadhara tradition, I'm afraid that's something I never had any experience of. I've always been a wanderer. I can never return to my homeland.
What about Dan Feng, though?
In my fragmented dreams, I meet enemies on the battlefield. but in my travels, I meet many people who I can describe with the word teacher.
As far back as I can remember, I've had the preceptors and alchemy commission healers telling me what to do. Cure diseases, save lives. I don't know if that counts as teaching. You know something? It feels like you're the teacher I've been waiting for. Virtuous in the past life, master in the next life. Perhaps we were friends or disciples in our previous incarnations.
Friends.
A friend or disciple of Dan Feng? Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Miss Bailu, at first, I was worried that your title of High Elder was in name only, and that an absence of true power would eventually put you in grave danger. It seems I was overthinking things. You have no shortage of true power.
You mean the power to repair the seal? The power you taught me?
The Mirage echoes of Scale Gorge Waterscape mentioned that not only was Dan Feng a brave warrior, he could heal others with Cloud Hymn magic. What you have is the power of the High Elder that belongs to you. The power of life that can reforge the Arbor seal and the vitality of the eternal roots. It is a world away from my power of destruction.
Hey, that's your path.
That case, Danfeng probably had a gentle side to him too, right?
Perhaps.
We should head back to the healer's market. I have other things to do today. Let's go.
Now that the seal is repaired, my fares on the Xianzhou have drawn to an end, for the time being.
Are you sure about that?
Are you planning on staying on the Luofu? The banishment decree has been revoked, and the preceptors have regained an awareness of the situation. This is your chance to return to your homeland.
It's his decision, so I will respect it.
As a nameless, the Express still needs me.
On one condition, please stay as this form. I'm just saying. Don't say like, oh, I can just turn it off. Don't worry. I'll just be Dang Heng around you guys.
That is a pity.
Jingren just wants his old friends back. And there it is. Items obtained. Samudratha, baby, yes.
I think I should refrain from violating the healer's orders any further. The weariness is creeping up on me once again.
You really should.
Time to lie down. Farewell, all of you.
Is it farewell, though? You know, there's the whole thing with Auto-Apocalypse, I mean Lord Cha, appearing in the shackling prison. Are we not going to get involved with that, are you saying? Like, unless you mean like everything after this, the next interlude that comes in 1.4 is going to be from the POV, the POV of like just the Xianzhou natives, the people there. And we're just gonna be chilling up there in the Astral Express. It seems weird. We did that whole farewell thing, but then there's a whole other conflict, so it's kind of awkward for them just to call us back down so soon again. So that has been in Vidyadhara Lune / Dang Heng 2.0's companion mission. I'd say there wasn't much we learned because we already knew much of it beforehand, like with the whole Vidyadhara High Elder Succession thing, but it cleared some of the things up, I'd say, of just why Dan Feng did what he did. He tried to do good, it's just that he didn't think of the repercussions, maybe. I'm not sure if he knew it was going to spawn that abomination, which I'm guessing is the dragon, and apparently it almost wiped out the Skull Gorge Waterscape off the map. I'd see why they would be mad, considering like the fact that they are already kind of, their race is slowly getting smaller and smaller in number because they can't reproduce. An incident as big as that costing that many lives of like the Vidyadhara people, yeah, I can see why they're pissed. I really thought Huanxi was gonna be a good person, but no, every single time, this type of stuff happens. Also, I'm still holding on to the theory that Bailu might be Baiheng. I'm sorry if I'm bringing that up too much, but the way like the story, they were saying it in the story, especially at the very end, where like Bailu said, hey, maybe I was your disciple / friend in the past life, in the past reincarnation. I feel like that hint was intentional, so I am going to keep that in mind as the story progresses. I really hope they touch more upon that, because I saw someone online point this out. Like, you know, characters like Jing, Blade, Lune. A lot of them are so much of their like story is kept so secretive. I feel like it's a bit too overwhelming for people, or just they don't understand as much. So hopefully 1.4 touches more on that. With that, thank you for watching my reaction to Imbibitor Lune's companion mission. And let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments. Are you pulling for my guy? I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!